Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna, and the little camera hog over there is my kitten Silver. And today is my first video for this year's October Art Challenge. I'm following Dark Arts by Racine. If you haven't seen her art, you really should check it out. It's very cool. I love her art style. But her art prompt list for October this is going to be Dark Arttober, and the first prompt is Zombie plus Rhino. Zombie is way outside my comfort zone. Rhino's a little more in. I don't think I've ever really drawn a realistic one. I've recently drawn a few cartoon ones because it was the only prompt on the Inktober list that I found inspiring for this year. Excuse Silver, he's pretty sure he's the star of the show, but he's probably right. As you can see, I'm here inking my, well, when I can, inking my Rhino drawing, and I'm kind of adding in the zombie elements as I go because zombie is really outside my comfort zone. Like, I don't even watch zombie movies ever. The sound they make, that weird groaning thing, gives me the creeps. Just totally not into them. But this is a zombie rhino, and rhinos are majestic, not creepy, so that makes it okay. I mean, rhinos are also pretty darn cool, though. You know, they're like the last of some of the megafauna. They have 3 toes, which I think is really weird. Like, elephants and hippos have 4. But also, like, horses have 1. They balance on 1 toe. It's strange. Anyway, back to rhinos. I started looking up some random facts about them. Here you see me adding some watercolors to my ink. Just kind of playing around with shadows, so mostly Payne's Gray with some moon glow in there too for the shadowing. Just kind of building a gray base. I mean, I went over everything with a light green first, as, what's the word? Underpainting. There it was. Sorry, brain doesn't always work. Let's see. Oh, we have another visitor. That's Gwen. She's not nearly as curious as Silver. She's a little older, a little more mature. Neither of them are a year old. They're both kittens. Silver, stop drinking the water. He has a fountain that I just filled up. But he's a very curious little guy. As you can see, I'm building up with layers. Just letting each section dry a little bit and then building up with another layer, another color. On the skin, I really did use almost exclusively the Payne's Gray and the Moon Glow. Moon Glow is one of my favorite colors, though. I use it in almost every painting. And here you see me trying to put in something of a background. That's one of my goals for this, I guess, Dark Arttober? It's one of my goals for this October. I want to put in more backgrounds because I get really lazy with my art, and here we've zoomed in so we can see some detail. And I'm just going back in with more of that Payne's gray and just hitting the shadows more, adding in some more of the moon glow, and kind of adding shadows, but also prepping for ooze and things for the zombie effect. So when I was looking up facts about rhinos, there are 5 types of rhinos, but they're smaller subtypes within that. Black rhinos and white rhinos and Javan and Sumatran and I've forgotten the other one, but it's another Asian rhino. All of them are gray. Doesn't matter what color they're called, they're all gray, of course. But one of them's a type of hairy rhino. Can't remember which one now. I'm trying to add lots of texture to the skin, using different areas just to add dotting and shading. I think the dots really, look appropriate on the rhino's skin. It gives it more of that feel of it. But at the same time, I kind of feel like I didn't go hard enough with the zombie aspect of this. I don't know. You'll see, I'm going to add more stuff to it. But I'm still, zombies just not my thing. But I gave it a really good try on this. I really am proud of how this turned out. I think the point of art challenges is to challenge yourself, though. Going outside your comfort zone and doing things that just feel weird, and, you have to really challenge yourself to get there. Might go through a little bit longer of an ugly phase, and I feel like that's kind of where we are with this now, is we're in the ugly phase where I'm just kind of adding to be adding things, which is how I end up with my pen back out. I use a really fine liner. Like, I use Pigma micron like 003 and 005. So, super fine liners. Because I like the shakiness of it. I like the, sketchy layers that I add. I go one over atop another line, not trying to get anything perfect. And I love the texture that adds. I use a lot of that texture for my shadows and my paintings. But this one, I wasn't happy. Like, I keep adding more of, a combination of every red on my palette to try and get the skin to look, or not the skin, the flesh under the meat to look more meaty, but like rotted meat, kind of. So I wanted it to have like a purpley tone to it and just look gross. I wasn't going for fresh meat looking. I wanted it to look kind of gross and just icky. I don't know. And here you see me trying to add some blades of grass in the foreground. Just differentiating a little bit. When I first put in the layers of green, and that's just dark sap green there, I'm very watered down, though. I like using watercolors for their transparency. So I like watering them down a lot and then layering. But in this case, I wasn't really happy with some of the results I was getting, so I grabbed my paint pens and just kind of went nuts with them, honestly. Like, I just started throwing colors everywhere, trying to make it look gross, trying to make it look leaky, and like as zombie like as I could. The problem is I don't take any zombie like media in, so all of this is just off the top of my head, and it just didn't feel as gross as zombies feel to me, you know? Like, it feels like I want it to be grosser, and it's not quite yet. So I think that's going to be another challenge for me this October. But as you can see, Silver decided I'd painted enough and told me to put down the watercolors. So I listened, and we went back to paint markers, because I realized that if you have that big of a hole, then clearly there's going to be something leaking down, right? Gravity? Yeah? I don't know. It's gross, but I don't know if it's like zombie gross or it's just, to me, gross. I don't know. But I'm happy with it. And, you know, it was the first challenge, and I'm proud of myself for getting it done. And as you can see, Silver is trying to tell me, hey, you're done. Hey, stop touching it. You're done. Come on. Listen, Mom. Done. See? See the paw? Done. Stop touching it. Yeah, I need to listen to the cat more. He's a very wise soul. Well, here is the tape peel. And here's the final piece with all the color adjusted the way it should look. Thanks for watching.